Hello and welcome to Reginaldesq. I'm Underhook and this is Escape from Tarkov. The game is in closed beta and today we're looking at the PP-19-01 Vityaz, which is the new Russian submachine gun in the game, seen here. The gun is it's pretty awful actually, and I'm going to say why. And I'm going to show you why as well. But basically there's 6 reasons. One is ergonomics, second is muzzle velocity, third is rate of fire, fourth is grouping, fifth, and probably the biggest one, is recoil and its effect on burst fire. And the other one, which is equally as bad as recoil, is bullet drop. It has massive bullet drop. I haven't heard anyone else talk about that, and that's why I'm making the video. And let's go on and have a look. What I might do first is show you how we're going to do the testing. If you've watched my videos before, you know I like detailed testing, and so this video might be a little bit annoying for those of you who just want to see the results straight away. Basically, I've already told you, I guess, what the things are. I'm just now going to prove it by demonstrating it. First of all, though, let's just get the three of the guns up here. I'm using the Vityaz here on the left, MP5 in the middle. They both use the same ammunition, 9x19, and I have the Klin as well, the submachine gun, little Russian submachine gun, which is a ripper. The Klin and the Keta are pretty much the same. Klin is a more modern version of the Keta, and in real life, I believe, is slightly more accurate, but in the game, the accuracy seems to be the same. The game, the only difference is I think it can shoot some ammunition like SP7, SP8 that the Keta can't. Alright, so here we go. Let's have a look straight away at ergonomics. And we can see that the ergonomics, easiest way to, by the way, to get, because these are bar graphs, they don't actually have numbers. If you look at the letters on top of it, in the word weapon mastering, you can see this lines up with the G. And you can see here on the MP5, it's gone past all the writing, it's over here. So it's obviously more ergonomical than that, which means you could turn more quickly, etc. with it, which is important with a submachine gun. And obviously the Klin has fantastic ergonomics. Base accuracy is apparently slightly better on the Vityaz than the other guns. And however, I believe that's basically doesn't seem that way in game due to the bullet drop, which is massive on this gun. Recoil wise, you can see that the recoil is apparently, if we look at this word equip here, it's in line with sort of the EQ. The recoil is a little bit less on the MP5 according to this, but in game it's much less. And we will demonstrate that in the effects. The recoil is pretty low on the Klin. Muzzle velocity is 290, which is quite slow, slower than most of the pistols in the game. The 397 for the MP5 and 310 for the Klin, which is a very small submachine gun. So I don't know why. If that could be a real life statistic, I don't know, but it's surprisingly low. The compensator here, you see here, comes standard with the gun. Without the compensator, you get quite a bit worse recoil. Actually, let's take it off. The recoil is quite a bit worse. All the rest of the recoil comes from the stock. If you take the stock off, it goes to its full recoil. So we'll leave that on because it definitely needs it. If you use the silencer, the recoil is actually worse. It doesn't give you as much recoil reduction as the compensator does, which to me is quite bizarre. Something as long and heavy as a silencer should give you more stability, you would think, but apparently not. Alright, so that's what we're going to be doing. As far as ammunition goes, I'm using the FMJ ammunition, which is the lower velocity ammunition. I may come back and do some tests with the PST ammunition just to see if it makes a difference, because the bullet drop from the Vityaz could actually be a bug and might only work with one type of ammunition. I don't know yet, we'll see. I'm also taking the Gratch pistol out so we can compare that a little bit and see if the pistol actually outperforms the Vityaz. Alright, let's go to the testing range. Okay, so the first thing I want to demonstrate is that the zeroing of the sights, so we know eliminate that as a factor in bullet drop. So I'll just aim at the line here. So a couple of rounds with the Vityaz. Then we'll do the MP5, and I have identical sights on both of the guns. And then we might as well try the pistol, which obviously should be much closer to the line. Yep, and then we'll try the Klin. Which will also be fairly close to the line, one would think. Alright, but you can see anyway, the main thing is that the Vityaz there and the MP5 are basically the same height. They've got the same sights, and so really that shouldn't come into it. Whereas the pistol and the Klin are a little different. Alright, so moving along. What we want to do now is use this range. I've got a 4x scope on, and I want to pick a target out here. Yeah, okay. What I might do is aim at the top of the triangle, and I might use on the Vityaz, I might use this one here. Okay, so top of the triangle in the corner there. 2, 3 rounds with the Vityaz right there. Then we'll switch to the Keter, I think, because I happen to have that handy. Now with the Keter, I'm just going to have to guess. So we just shot those ones there. I'll move the Keter over to this side here. That was probably a little bit high, that one. That's around about. I'll do the pistol in that similar area. We'll go this side. I think it's actually easy to see with the pistol. Okay, and now we'll get the MP5. So we're at, mid-ish to long range, and the reason I even looked at this range was because I saw that the Vityaz had so much recoil and everything. I thought, oh look, maybe it's okay at mid-range. So I took it onto customs, and then I noticed I couldn't hit anything. Alright, so I think that's where we fired the Vityaz, so I've got to fire the MP5 just here. Alright, let's go have a look. So we'll start with our the one we just fired, which is the MP5. And we can see there's our shots from the MP5. So we aimed there. And that's pretty much about where I'd expect it to be just because of the sights. And then we had a couple of lower shots as well. One almost touching this railing here. On the Vityaz, you can see that the highest one hit the railing and the lowest one went below the railing. So that's actually substantially more over that range using identical ammunition. That's a worry. There's our Keter. Keter also hitting the bar and just below, very similar to the Vityaz, although I have to say it was a bit harder to aim with the Klin, so I was using. And there's the pistol. And the pistol was also using identical 9x19 FMJ ammunition. And okay, I may have accidentally shot a little bit high or a little bit low there, but it looks pretty much the same as the Vityaz. So with identical ammunition, pistol, similar to the Vityaz, whereas the MP5 much superior. Let's try long range now. Alright, so for our long range test, we're going to shoot the Welcome to Tarkov truck over there, about 120 meters away. And rather than aiming at a particular letter, I'm actually going to aim at the top of the truck, mainly because without the scopes for the pistol and the Klin, I won't be able to see any letters. So I'll be able to see the top line of the truck, though I'll aim at the top of the truck and we'll get the bullet drop from that. So I'm going to aim at the top of the truck, and I'm going to line this one up though with the T. So it'll be lined up with the T, but the top of the truck. So this is the Vityaz. It wasn't really lined up with the T, whoops. Okay, so 3 shots with the Vityaz, and now we'll do 3 shots with the MP5. So we might use the small T for the MP5. Okay, and then we'll use the pistol. And we'll use the pistol near that lumpy bit at the thing that's sticking out the front of the top of the truck there. Be interesting to see where that went. And now we'll go for the Klin / Keter. And we might try and line that up just inside the back of the truck. So much easier to aim when you don't have a scope. Alright, let's go and have a look. Okay, so here we are at our target truck. So this is the shots I fired from the Klin. Klin and Keter will do the same thing. and we aimed at the top of the truck there, and we've hit here. So a fair bit of bullet drop. We're using 330 velocity ammunition. Here are the shots with the Vityaz, which are actually lower than the Klin. Not much lower, a little bit, almost enough to say not much difference, but yeah, probably is a bit worse, considering that the ammunition is about a 353 velocity, the FMJ ammunition. So it's a higher velocity ammunition, but it's a lower muzzle velocity on the gun, which could explain it. Here's the MP5 though, which is the small T. So that's a fair bit more bullet drop, quite a bit more, considering it's identical ammunition. And our pistol, which we lined up with that bit sticking out of the top of the truck, is here in the fence. So a fair bit lower for the pistol. So actually, if we line up with that, that's our pistol shot there, and we can see the Vityaz there, and the Klin's there. So yeah, but anyway, bullet drop is definitely much worse than the other guns. Let's now move on to the recoil test. Oh yeah, before I forget, the other thing I want to say, which is why I bought the pistol also has a higher velocity, muzzle velocity, than the Vityaz. Yet the bullets dropped lower than the Vityaz. So the bullet drop on the Vityaz can't really just be explained by saying it's got lower velocity. That's the reason I bought the pistol as well. Okay, and identical ammunition. Alright, so we're going to test best burst fire at reasonably close range, about head height. This is with the Vityaz. I'm going to use the shift key also to help steady. Oh, I'll just keep firing at the same square then. Oh, hang on, was that the square I fired at? No, that's the square I fired at. Okay. So we fired on average 3 shots, and looks like they went all pretty much identical places there. Let's try the MP5, I believe, is what I've got next. So I'll do that just here. Yeah, there. Well, you can straight away see the MP5 has a lot less recoil than the Vityaz, and that's quite close range. But if you were shooting the head with the MP5, you could pretty much land all of your shots in the head. With Vityaz, not the case with a 3-shot burst. Let's try the pistol. I'll try and fire 3 shots as quickly as I can. That wasn't very quick. Try it again. Oh, I'll try it again. My finger must be slow. Yeah, just won't fire that fast. But the grouping is still better than our test gun. Let's now get the Klin. And I think we'll use this square here, so I'll keep it all on the same board. So the Klin also kicks a bit, although I think I did a couple of 4-round bursts there, but still not as bad as the Vityaz. MP5 though is pretty darn good, as you can see. Alright, the final test now is just going to be a full-on spray, so I'll just load up and I'll come back. So for this full auto test, I'm just going to aim and hold the trigger down till the magazine is empty. I'm not going to use shift to steady either. So this is, where are we here? This is the Vityaz. Let's do it on this diamond here. And fire. So this should also show us grouping as far as full auto grouping goes. So this is the square I aimed at here, center of that. First shot hit basically in line with our sight testing, and then we drifted a little to the right and went all over the joint. Let's now try with the MP5. And we might do this square here. As you can see, a massive difference, not only in recoil, but just grouping of the shots. It doesn't drift to the left or right at all, it just stays on target, and that's a huge difference. Now at this range it probably doesn't matter that much, but when we get a little bit longer range than this, it makes a big difference. Now also bear in mind, of course, that the Vityaz rate of fire isn't as good as the MP5, so even with everything, all things considered, you're still going to kill faster with the MP5 simply through rate of fire. Let's just empty this magazine. I seemed to press too fast and it couldn't keep up with my finger press on the rate of fire. But anyway, similar actually to the Vityaz as far as vertical goes, but horizontal the Vityaz was worse. But anyway, I probably wasn't firing this pistol fast enough. Let's now just get the Kedar. I don't know why today I seem to have trouble in game. I don't seem to have trouble firing that fast. Or maybe that's an illusion, or maybe I just think I'm fast. Okay, so now, yep, so that's the one there we'll aim at, and up the slope. Where's the bar? There it is. About here is about the right spot, and we'll just let go. Okay, so I have got a 30-round magazine in the Klin, and you can see Klin is actually, it is worse than the MP5, but not a lot worse. It's certainly side to side, it's as good probably as the MP5, but up and down, it definitely has a bit more vertical kick than the MP5 does. So I hope that clearly demonstrates that the Vityaz ain't much good. I will show you a little bit of gameplay with the Vityaz just to show that, hey, the gun is still works on factory, etc. But you really, on open maps like customs and stuff, it's not much good. Here we are back at the mid-range testing, because I've just been testing the PST ammunition offline and I got some interesting results. So here's the Vityaz and I'll show you how it goes. We'll aim at the top corner of the triangle. And as you can see, a lot less bullet drop than we had with the FMJ rounds, because we were below, on or below the bar last time. Let's go have a look. But yeah, substantially less bullet drop, I think, with both weapons, really, but particularly with the Vityaz. So we aimed there, and we're hitting there, and that's not as bad as it was before. Before it was hitting down around about here. And the MP5 is similar to before. Maybe it was a bit lower, but it's not. It's similar to before, I guess. Maybe a little bit better. MP5 obviously still better than the Vityaz as far as that goes, but there you go, the two different ammo types. So the FMJ, I would suggest, if you are using the Vityaz, if you like the Vityaz, don't put FMJ ammunition in it, because it really affects bullet drop very heavily. Now, it is a very heavy bullet. So 5.4 grams it says here for the PST. This 115 grains translates into about 7.5 grams. So it is a very heavy bullet. Surprising it doesn't do more damage. I guess the velocity effects at 352 versus 458. So the only reason I could think of you'd want to use the FMJ ammunition in the Vityaz is if you fitted the suppressor and wanted to try and make it silent. It is a little bit more than the speed of sound. Speed of sound is about 343 meters a second, I think, around about that. So it's slightly above, it's not too high above. So it is possible that with the Vityaz lower muzzle velocity, etc., it may actually slow it down enough. I'm not sure. But the 458 is definitely way too fast for a silenced weapon. But yeah, so I think with the Vityaz, don't use the FMJ if you want to hit targets. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to Reginaldesq. I am now going to show you a little bit of gameplay with the Vityaz, and then I'll be sayonara. So a little bit of gameplay for you with the Vityaz. I don't have a suppressor on it. Now, pretty sure I'm using the FMJ ammunition. And what you can see that at close range the gun still works okay. Not as good as the MP5, but it's still alright. Some of the longer ranges, especially using burst fire, it's pretty iffy. Anyway, I'll leave it there for you. You can watch the rest of this if you're interested. Thank you for watching. If you do like the content, please subscribe to Reginaldesq. And I'll see you in EFT sometime, hopefully. Have fun.